Okay, so you guys, I am so sorry. I don't know what the heck happened. Um, I can't get back onto Zoom, and my other display actually has zapped out as well. So I have no idea what happened, but let's finish this. I will piece the videos together for you so that you'll have um, a continuous lesson and not be interrupted like by part one, part two, part three. So, yeah. So, anyway, I have no idea what happened. I know this happened. Gosh. I'm frustrated because I pay over $100 a month just for internet, for high speed internet. And it's very, very frustrating that this happens. Very frustrating. So, my apologies. This is just not fun. Not fun for you guys either. You pay good money, and this shouldn't happen. So, um, but let's get this finished, and I will record it and send it to you. And then, wait. All right. So we are finishing. Let's get this. Let's get the show on the road here. And let's see. That's really blue on the screen. I'm seeing a bluer colors than what is actually. I'm gonna see if I can get this. Let's see something. Let's see temperature. Let's go a little warmer on that. A little warmer. A little warmer. A little warmer, and a little bit. Oh, okay. A little bit more like that. Okay. All right. So I had to see what my camera was doing for a second. Yeah, my whole system went kaput. Absolutely, whole system went kaput. Okay, so we are going to get this show on the road. We're going to keep working on this. I'm going to, I just saw I gave myself a hard edge here that I don't want, so I'm just going to take my brush and just, it's just a damp brush, but I'm just going to feather that out a little bit. I'm actually going to be adding more paint, so it probably doesn't even matter. I'm going to mix some more. Uh, yep, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to do this and more of the quinacridone scarlet. I want to put some more in my. I'm gonna do something daring here. I'm gonna take some of this, suck some of that water out. I got too much water in the well, and I'm gonna add some more of that Quin Scarlet right here. It used to be called Cherry Red, but Holbein changed the name to quinacridone scarlet, which is fine, but it was confusing at first, that's for sure. Because I kept looking for I kept looking for cherry red, and it wasn't cherry red anymore. But this is a beautiful color. Yeah, that's the color. I just want to add a little more water to that. And I do see like I said, I see more yellow down here, so I will add some of that later. But for the meantime, adding some more of that. Let's see, up there, I'm gonna take my brush. There. I'm going to take a smaller brush. That's why I don't like painting small, because I don't like using small brushes. No, I don't. I don't like using small brushes. I like the bigger brushes. Yep. Plus, if I use a small brush, I notice that I'm always getting too concentrated on detail, which at this stage I don't want to do. I need to add more opera to that. I need more opera to that color. And I think I need some yellow in there too. Yep. Let's try that right there. Just add a little bit of that. There. There. Right. There. Uh-huh. There. That. Here. Let's see. Huh. Just do this. You know what? Just adding more color. I'm seeing some backwash right there that I don't like. Let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So I don't want that backwash, but I am. Let's do that. And let's do this. There. There. All right. Let's add some more of that right here. There. There. Let's add some of that there. Drop some of that in. Dropping that in. Right there. Some of that more red color. Dropping that in right there. And I'll just let that mingle. And I'm going to drop some of that in right here too. Right there. Yep, and right there. Right there. And I'll just bring that over here. Like that. Right there. Okay, I'm getting too detailed now. I don't like that. That's what happens when I use a small brush. Yeah, I get sucked into the details. Trying to lift that just a little bit. Okay. Alright, I'm going to leave that. Now I'm going to add some more color in here. And I'm going to go back to, let's see, I'm going to go to, I want my pretty orange back. So I'm going to go here. This color here, and I'm going to add some lemon yellow. Lemon yellow. I want some of that lemon yellow in there. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Okay, let's see. Double check that. Yep. Okay. Double checking that. Okay, let's see. So there's that there. I see that at the top. And then it goes like this. Like that. And then it goes like this. Right there. And then like that. Right there. It's really dark right here. It's the darkest right there. And dark there. It's there. 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 Let's see. There. I am going to go back over and layer some more. So, but I do want to get I'm mixing up some more opera and lemon yellow. This one has a little bit more, that's got a little more pink in it. Nope, I need more yellow. Need more yellow in there. Definitely need the yellow. Alright. Okay, dab that off. I want more yellow or darker orange right in here, down here. And especially along that line right there. Bring that down. And especially right here. Right there. 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 that's still wet right there, so I don't want to do that yet. I am going to add it right here. That deeper orange. Like that. Right there. So I am going to glaze that again with yellow, but right now I want to drop in that color. So, and I'm going to drop it in right here, right along the top there. Got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Right there. That and that. And that. It's going to have the deeper yellow, or orange I mean, right there. Another drop of the darker color right here. Just drop that in, let it mingle. Yep. Let it mingle. And now I gotta catch this edge before it dries and just pull it out. Get some of that water off my brush. And just pull that. Right there. Because that does have a lot of yellow in it, so just lightly feather that in. That's what I'm doing there. Just feathering that over. Right like that. And drop in some more of that orange. Some more again. Right up here. Down. Down. I'm gonna let that mingle. There. And bring some more right there. There. And here. Alright. And drop some more of that in. Because that's darker, I'm going to drop it in at the top. Let that mingle down. And I'm going to add some more up here. Look at that. That's darker up there. There. Right there. Right, okay, let that sit. Let that sit. But actually, I'm going to take some lemon yellow. Yep, take some lemon yellow. I'm gonna drop some of that in right here. Take some more of that lemon yellow. Drop some in down there. Drop a little bit more in right here. Right there. And take some more. Take some off my brush a little bit. And we're going to drop it in right there. Right there. And down here. Oh, I made a backwash, didn't I? Oops. Sure did. Alright, we'll have to address that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit. I'm still surprised at how much bluer this is than what it actually is in front of me. It's like really surprising, actually. It's surprising. yeah, so I'm going to add some more of that down here. And some here. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to do that there. Make that a petal. Definite petal. I'm negative painting right now. Let's make this a petal. And yep, we're going to pretend that's a petal. It is a petal, but we're going to pretend that it's more of a petal than what it really is. Alright, there's that. And then there's this. That. Okay. And then this here is going to be like that there. Right there. There. Hate your company. Yep. Absolutely hate it. The biggest scam. I'm talking to myself. I hate Xfinity. I hate Xfinity. Yep. Xfinity and I are not good friends. Great. Okay. So, let's see. I got the orange there. I got more down there. Need to add some more of the pink over here. That's too damp right there to go in with more green. That's too wet. Let's see. So what? Okay, so I'm gonna add more. I'm gonna add some yellow up here. Right there. Oops. Right there. Definitely adding that. Because this is like a coral color. So I'm just adding a glaze of that yellow in there. And it's not orange, but it's not pink either. And that one is a white flower, pretty much. So I'm not going to paint in there right now. I'm going to leave that the way it is. And same thing with this. I sure wish I would have lightened those lines right there in that tulip, because I didn't really want you to have the dark pencil lines in that white tulip right there. But that's what I got. Not crazy about that. Okay, what else can I put in at the moment? I'm gonna put in okay, I am seeing that yellow. I'm gonna put just a little bit of the cadmium yellow. But I'm gonna change brushes. What brush do I want to use? I think I'm going to go for, where's my silver brushes? I think I want a silver brush. This one. Yeah, this one is one of my favorites. It is the silver brush. It's the Black Velvet edition or series. It is a round, and it is size, I think it's a 10. In their version, I think that's a 10 round. So I'm going to use that. Okay, got myself a big drink. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to switch. The reason I love these brushes is because they come to a beautiful point. Absolutely beautiful point. This one does too. My Jack Richardson's. Oh, this is the Stephen Quiller brush. I love this brush. But for these flowers right now, this is a little bit too big for what I want. So I'm going to use the silver brush, and I'm getting it wet, and I'm going to give it a good flick. And then look how beautiful that point is. That is a beautiful point. You see that? That is a beautiful point. So I love these brushes. They're not super expensive. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. So I think they're highly worth it. So I'm going to take some of this yellow. You know what? I don't want that yellow. I want Winsor yellow. Let's see. See if I can get some of the Winsor yellow. Let's do that. Yep. All right. I'm going to do that, but I need more water. So I don't want. Okay. Get some of the water off that brush. And I'm going to put that down in here. Yep. I'm going to put some down right in here. Because I am seeing that in there. Just a little bit of that yellow I'm seeing. Okay, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it a little bit in here too. Oops, that's too much. Get my water. Put some. Now the only thing I'm noticing about this silver brush is there's no spring in this one. The spring is gone. Wonder why. I like brushes that have a lot of spring. This one doesn't. It used to. Alright. Okay, and I'm seeing a little bit of that yellow. It's like I Spy. I Spy. I Spy. I'm definitely seeing that over here. And in here. Yep, definitely there. And definitely here. That's probably going to be lifted out a little bit. Yeah, this brush, where'd the spring go? Hey. No, I'm going to switch back. I don't like this. I'm not getting the spring. That's one thing I like is the, you know, I don't like it when you go like this and then it stays like that. That, I'm not liking that. Nope. So let's go back. I want a spring in my brush. Spring in my step and a spring in my brush. What do you think? So let's try this rosemary brush. I have a feeling that's going to do that too, a little bit. Rosemary brushes. This brush was very expensive. It is a Kolinsky Sable brush. Well, what am I? Back in the day when I had a little bit extra money to spend on nice watercolor supplies. Let's see. But this one has a beautiful point to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So, all right. So add more color. And I'm going to add more. Let's get some more quinacridone scarlet here. Let's see. Mix that. It's such a gorgeous color. Actually, I'm just going to put a wash of that over here because I see that right there. And I'm going to put that there, actually. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to bring it up. Right there. Right there. It's such a gorgeous color. I love that red. There's a few companies. I have a couple tubes of paint from different companies that I really, really love. They're not on my palette regularly, but man, every once in a while I'll use them and I love them. Okay, I'll do that, leave that alone, and I'm gonna put some of that over here. Yep, that's a little bit too red. Okay. Yep, let's see, get rid of that. Leave that. Okay. Okay. Okay, leave that. And let's see. I'm gonna add some right here. Let's see. I'm gonna add some right here. This brush has a nice fine point to it, so you can get a lot of detail with this if you want to. That. See, it's a lot easier for me when I paint larger. It's a lot easier. I don't get as tangled and caught up in the details like I do with smaller paintings. And I really like watercolor paintings that are more loose. I mean, those are the ones I'm drawn to, but I don't paint that way, which is really strange. But there must be a reason for it. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but there must be a reason. I guess I have my style, which I'm always fighting with. I'll put that there. And I see a little bit more right there. We're going to just make that a little darker right there. And make it darker right around here as well. There. 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 Okay. That there. Alright. We'll leave that. Leave that. Okay. And a little bit more down here. Darker down there. Much darker down there. Much darker. For sure. And there. And there. Putting some at the top. There. You see how it's blooming though? I didn't wait. I should have waited. I didn't wait. So I don't want that. Okay. There's that. Let's see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just leave that there like that. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding in some more of the background color. I have to be careful right here. Right? I'm going to start back with that. So, interesting. I have to see how I'm going to do this because that's a little wet still. I'm going to take the hairdryer again. Sorry about the noise, but all right, let's see what happens here. Oh, that's better. Much better. All right. Much better. Right. Right. All right. Switch that again. Now, change brushes again. I'm always changing my brushes, but all right. I want a artist watercolor. Let's try this one. That one. That has a nice spring. I like that one. I switched to my Winsor Newton watercolor Sable red round. I'm hoping it has a nice spring to it. Yeah, it does. I like this one. It's got a nice spring to it and it comes to a nice fine point, and the handle's actually really nice on this one too. It's really nice. So, all right, so I'm going to start adding more water to this, which okay, I had to add more water. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Camera switcher window. I'm going to move that over. Actually, I don't need it. Talking to myself, guys. Sorry. All right. I have to go get more water. Okay. I had to get some fresh water. I'm going to take my Richardson Kolinsky. Not that it matters. This is a nice size brush. And I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to start adding water again. Now that this is nice and dry from that hair dryer, I am going to go around here and start adding water. Yep. Yeah, this is why I like to use Misket, because I don't like to go around all these edges here. I like the freedom of being just able to drop in whatever I want. But for time, I don't want to take time away and add that. Besides, I'm stretching. I'm growing. I'm stretching. right? Everybody's got to grow. Everybody's got to stretch. Here. Yes. There. There. Nope. This. There. Sometimes you need... Oh, I don't need to do that. I can do this because that's green anyway. Yep, that's green anyway. So I don't have to be super careful right there. All right. I have to tilt it though so I can see where the water is and where it isn't. There. Don't want it going over there, that's for sure. I'm saving that. There. There. Mm-hmm. There. 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 Not sure. Some people love this paper. I'm not sure about it. There. Okay. All right. Mm-mm. Nope. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this. Let's get rid of some of this. I actually dropped some water in there that I don't want. Oh, I look and see. Okay. All right. I need to add some water right here. In there. Yep, right in there. Need to add that. This brush is actually a little too big for this area. We gotta add more water on this side. All right. Okay. now check the water. I see areas that are drying already. Yikes. Because it's taking too long. So this is why I like using Miskit sometimes. I really do. Alright, so I got my water down. Yep, I gotta make sure that edge there is, don't want water there. Okay, so I'm gonna take some sap green and I'm gonna change my palette, move it over here. Okay, change my palette up because I'm working in some green. And I'm going to take some sap green and let's get rid of that. Well, you know what? Let's try it. I'm going to add some sap green to this and just check and see what kind of color that is. That's actually the right color. Look at that. So this is cadmium yellow deep with some sap green. And at that, I need a little bit more sap green. A little bit more. There. Okay. So I see we're going to add some more there. There. I am going to negative paint right there, and I'm adding a stem. Huh. See that? I'm dropping in the sap green and cadmium yellow deep. I'm laying it down. Actually, that's a little crooked. So just do that. Adding a little more, and I'm going to add just some straight sap green in here. I'm just going to do it right here. And I'm going to switch brushes because right now I'm using a square brush, and for this I don't want a square. So I'm going to switch up, and I'm going to go back to my Winsor Newton brush. Okay, go back to Winsor Newton. Okay, get a little more sap green there on my brush. Okay, and I'm just gonna start dropping some of that down, and I'm gonna do this because not everywhere, but I see somewhat of a textural appearance. I'm gonna put that down there, right there, and I gotta work fast. Gotta work fast. Yep, I do. I gotta work fast. So I'm gonna drop some more of that in. There. And I want to do some bokehs, some bokeh shapes. So let's do this. Let's bring that down just a little bit like that. And I'm going to add a little more yellow of that, yellow. Now I'm getting a puddle because it's buckling. So I don't want that to happen. I don't like that look. I didn't stretch my paper. Shame on me. This is what happens when you don't stretch it and it gets wet. I'm going to take some more sap green, straight dark sap, and I'm going to put some down in here, and I am going to add I think I'm going to add some more blue to that, but I want to get around this flower real quick with the dark, because that's where the darkest is around that. And it actually goes everywhere. I'm just going to do this. It's dry right there, but it's a small area, so that's okay. And I've got my Winsor Newton brush that came to a nice point that allowed me to do that. So I am negative painting, bringing out that stem with my nice pointed brush. Love that brush. I think I got this Dick Blick. But you could, I mean, Dick Blick is on Amazon, so. Alright, here's that. I'm going to add some more of that. And I'm going to actually, I actually want to, that's really thick. I don't want that too thick. That's too thick. But, well, let's see. Right. And it's dark down here. And it goes a little bit like that. And it goes off like that. I'm just going to do that and pretend that there's leaves back there, right? Because who knows? It could be a nice flower back there. You don't know. Just put that in. There. There. I need to put some of that down here. Yep, I need to put some of that dark down here. Save that. Negative painting around this tulip. And that one. There. Bring that down. This leaf that I'm painting around is lighter in color, so I'm leaving that. And all right, that. That brush. All right, there's that and that. Wet and wet. Wet and wet. Let's see. That's actually, don't want those. So let's see. I want some more of this yellow color down here. Yellower sap green with the yellow. And this here down here is going to be darker. So there. That's going to be really dark down there, but I'm just going to paint around it right now. There's that. And let's come in here. Come in there. 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 Okay. I'm going to drop in just a little bit of this because I don't want it to be, you don't want the background to be lighter on one side of the stem and darker on the other. Just going to do that. Just there. It's really dark down there. Okay, so now I'm going to bring some darkness down in here. So I'm going to get some more of this sap green, and I'm actually going to add some, I think I'm going to add some blue. I do want to put this down real quick, but I do want to add blue to it. And this paper is drying already, which stinks. Yep. Yep. We're going to do this because I see that shape right there. And I see like random shapes of leaves and stuff, so I'm just going to do that. Like there are leaves up there. That's an edge we don't want because that dried already. We're getting an edge. So I have to, and now we're getting a bloom, which we don't want. So I'm just gonna re-wet this, which really is not what I wanted to do. Not at all. But for the sake of getting this down, it's kind of what we have to do. And I'm gonna just go in with some water, soften that up like that. I'm gonna leave that hole right there because I see it. Right? I'm seeing that. And we don't want okay. Let's see. I'm seeing that dark there. I'm seeing that really dark right there. So I'm going to put my water down so I can go in. And I'm going to right now get some sap green and add. I'm going to add, actually it's probably got some purple in it, but I'm going to add blue first and then see what the color looks like, and then I'll add the purple, the dioxazine violet. I always add dioxazine violet. Oh, here's a line. I don't want that. We don't want a hard edge right there. Nope. No, we don't. No, we don't. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. Don't want a hard edge. And we're going to scrub that out a little bit. And, okay. That. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to get some sap green and I'm going to put some sap green over here and I'm going to add blue. But I'm going to add some ultramarine blue. Ultramarine blue to that. Yep, that's what we're going to add. Okay, so I've got some of that going in there. That's a nice deep. Drop that in. There, just drop that in. Drop that in. There. I see it there. I'm going to add it here. There. I see it there. I see random shapes right there. I want the blue showing, so I'm not going to cover that totally up. Nope. Just going to soften that. Drop some water next to it. And go there. I do see some of that yellow green. I'm going to add some of that because I see some of that up here. I see it, definitely some of that up there. So I'm just going to put that in there. And I see a lot of it right there. Definitely see a lot of that right there. So we're dropping that in. There. And there. And okay, so make things interesting. I'm just gonna continue adding some of this in there along with the dark. I see that in there. And I'm gonna drop that in. And I'm actually gonna drop some more yellow, but first I'm gonna drop some more of that in there. Carry those dry edges. I don't want dry edges. So So keep it coming, keep it coming. I see a bloom there, I don't want that. So we'll just take that, let's do that. There. That, I can drop a little bit of this in there. I don't mind if that happens. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some of this up here, because I see some of that going on there. And I see some more going on right there. Just drop it in. I see it happening in the background, which is okay. I kind of like the random dropping that in. I don't care if it's mixing on the paper like this. This is what I want, right? So, and I'm just dropping it in like this because it's foliage back there, right? It's not like a clear blue sky where you have to have it totally smooth. There's stuff going on back there. There's leaves back there on trees. So we're just gonna plop this in there as though these were leaves in the background. Okay, and there's some of that going on back here too. In the distance, there's an area of dark back here. Yep. Oh. And I'm going to need more paint. I don't have enough paint. I'm going to soften that edge right there. I'm going to soften that edge with some water and zap that with some water. Soften that. These I'm leaving. Actually, I'm going to soften them a little bit because they're a little bit too sharp, and that's not what we want. We don't want it. It's not that sharp, so we're just going to do that right there. I need to mix up some more paint. I'm going to feather that in, feather that in, and actually we're gonna add some okay, this is kind of cool. The ultramarine blue is a granular paint, so definitely get some granulation going when you use that, which is, I like the texture of it, so it doesn't bother me. If I was painting glass or something though, it would bother me. I would want to use definitely a different blue, and we're gonna just take care of that real quick. I'll have to come back to that because I know I've got that down there. But yeah, we are bringing the flowers forward by adding the cooler background back there, and I need more of this warm color in here, so I'm going to add that in. I need more of that. There's a lot more of that, so we'll add that. I can always go in and add more yellow to this after. I can lay another glaze of color over that. But I am going to just add a little bit more of this in. The sap green and cadmium yellow light. I'm putting it here as well. And I'm going to drop some more of that in there. Bring it down in here. There, and like I'm doing, like I did up top, this is going dark again down here, but there's a little bit of that light, and actually I'm going to add some yellow to that. I'm going to add some yellow. Let's add some yellow because I see yellow. So I'm adding yellow. Drop in some yellow paint. I don't care if I get a backwash. Well, let's see. I want to add like dots of paint. Let's get some like bokehs, right? Let's get some of that bokeh stuff going on. Let's add a drop of yellow. And no, that's right there. It's going to push that though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. No. Let's leave it like that for now. So I can always go back over it. Always, always. That cool yellow in the background. I see more of it up top here. I'm going to add more yellow up there. Because I am seeing that. It's much warmer over there. And I see it coming in. Right. Alright, I'll leave that. Put some more of that down here. Right. Right. There. So I'm just having fun and playing right now with this background. I know one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop more of that blue in, and I'm going to do that right now while it's still damp. More manganese blue. One of my favorite blue paints to use when I paint. I'm going to just drop in some there. And drop it there. Drop some there. Drop some right there, and right there, and a lot of it right here because I'm seeing a lot of it right there. So I'm seeing it there. Yeah, let's just make that like that there. Just put some there. There. So that's just a hint of sky, right? It's like a hint of sky. Yep. Hint of sky. I'll put that in there. Right. Whoops, you don't want that. You don't want that. Right there. Alright. Okay, so this here, I think that got pushed. Totally got pushed. I need to mix some more of this dark. So more sap green. Yep, more sap green with ultramarine blue. Because I need to start layering some in here. So get that. I'm going to make it a little darker. A little bit. Well, let's see. Start putting that was too wet. Too wet. Now I'm messing with it. I should probably let it dry for a minute. Yeah. I don't mind dropping in some more leaf shapes. I'm just gonna... Actually, I'm gonna do that with this. Just plain old Ultra sap green. Just gonna drop in some more of these just because it's more like leaves. Leaves in the background. There is a backwash there. Yeah. So I need to fix that. Right there. Oof, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Take some more of that color and bring it in here. You have a dry edge right here. Look at that. Look at that. It's going to be dark though, so it won't show. But still, we don't want those. No. We do not want those. Right? Okay. There. Alright, I'm going to add some of this dark right here. See how later it dried so light? It's crazy. I'm going to actually do that whole thing dark. There. Yep. Just do that whole thing. That whole section. Just nice quiet section right there. We want to have things exciting in our painting, but we also want quiet places to rest our eyes. Rest and contemplate, right? Peaceful. A peaceful spot to rest ourselves. Okay. And let's just paint that out a little bit. Alright. There. There. Yep. I wanted to do real estate. Absolutely. I wanted to do real estate, didn't I? But I'm an artist. I can sell houses and paint at the same time, right? Yeah, I wanted to sell real estate. But I'm an artist. How can I give up painting? I can't. I could do both. Alright. Let's do this. Back to that. Oops. Nope. Let's go back to this one. Yep, that one. I need a little bit more. Yep. So when I re-wet my paints in the wells, I actually put a little way too much water in them. Made them too watery. A little bit too much. That's too muddy looking. Alright, I'm going to add some just plain old cadmium light, cadmium yellow light to that. There we go. Brighten it up. Brighten that up. Okay, and well, let's see. I'm just gonna drop some in up here. Actually, I don't like that color that's going down. No, I don't. Not at all. Nope. Nope. I don't like that color. I have to go back to the one I was doing before. Okay, so let's get rid of that. I don't like it. We're gonna just get rid of it. Mop it up. Right? And then throw out the rag. Start over. Okay. These are... Alright. I gotta add some of the dark down here. Let's add some of that down here. Underneath here. Too much water on my brush. Pick up some of that. Okay. Actually, guys, I have to get my glasses on. Where did I put my glasses? Okay, I have to pause this for a second and go get my glasses. Okay. Alright. Now, back to this. I need to get some more of that in there. Right? And I'm going to get some of that up there, get some of that there. Let's get a little more water off there so I have my point back. And bring my dark through there. And paint around that flower real quick. Yeah, that's dark there, so... But I do see... I'm going to do some negative painting because I see a leaf going like that right there. There's a leaf coming down right there. And that is another one right there. So we're going to paint around that shape so we can make that there. That. And I'm seeing there's there. Oopsie, right there. That. I'm gonna have to clean that edge up for sure. Yep, now I have to drop in some yellow down here. Drop in some of this. Yep, drop in some of that. Get rid of that. Drop that in. Right there. Paint around that little guy. And do that. Let those go together. And I'm gonna put some of this in there. That. Totally crashed my... Okay, let's see. Let's get some of this going here. In here, right in here. Put some of that down there. Okay. And I'm going to put some of that there. Let's do that. Down there. There. Bring that there. it's going to go dark again there, so let's put that in right now. Let's go put that in right now, and I also have to do that. And I have to do this right here. Still, I need some more dark there. 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 Alright. Let's see. This here, bring that down, get rid of those edges. And go back to this a little bit right there. Go back to the dark. Get some of that off my brush. And this dark right here. Let's see. Oh. There. This. That's dark down there. Yep. I know it's drying later, so I'm going to have to add more dark. Yep, I am. Because it should be as dark as that area right there. It should be. For sure. Yep, and I see some dark here. And I see some more right here. And right there. I see it a little bit right like that. And I see a little bit down there. I'm going to have to add more wet down there. Let's see. It's really dark right here. Right now I'm not getting it. I need to add more. Oh. Right there. Oh. Let's see. I'm going to leave that like that. Right? Right. There. Add more blue to that. I want really dark. Well, that's blue. We don't want that. That's super blue. I don't want that. I need to have it greener than that. Much greener. Much. Okay, there we go. Alright. I know I'm just dropping this into like super wet paint, but it is just really splishy splashy back there. seeing a lot of kind of like bursts anyway, so trying to get that. I don't want an edge, that's for sure. I don't want a hard edge. Nope. I don't want a hard edge, so I'm just going to drop some shapes. I know I'm going to paint that. It's a little bit drier than I want right here. It's still damp, but it's drier. It's not as wet. But we're going to go up. Yep, we're going to go up. There is a lot more of that around here. So drop a little bit more of that in there. I see an edge though. I don't like that. I see an edge. All right. Just drop. I see an edge right there too. Look at that. So we'll match it with some more wet paint right there. Drop that in there. There. Just more wet paint. Nope. Don't like that edge. Okay. Here. So right here, my dark background went over onto the tulip, so I'm going to have to lift that at the end, sadly. That's why I like masking. I don't like having that happen. So, and I don't like that when that happens. So I'm going to just pretend that there's another stem right there. Yep, we're going to have another stem. Right there. There is going to come a point when I have to just stop and let this dry. But right now I just want to make sure I put in the darks, because I want the darks in. Yep. Yep, I want those darks in. Definitely want to lay those down. Sometimes, I mean, I always paint light to dark, but sometimes you don't know how light you have to go until the darks are in. I don't know if that makes any sense to you or not, but sometimes you have to go dark a little bit. I know I'm doing it a lot right now, but I'm trying to make sure that I get this out. And that goes there like that. Now I'm going to just take some water. Yep. And I'm going to do this because it's not totally dark everywhere down there. So I'm just going to pull that down. Bring these two edges together, like that, and do this. I'm working fast. Okay, now I don't want that edge right there, so get that water in there. And that is still very dark, so I'm going to paint that dark. And this is very dark right here. That's a dark spot right there, as well as that. Alright, so we'll get that down. Tap my brush. It's very dark right here. Put that in there. I'm negative painting around the stems. Oh, I just went over. Okay, I'm going to have to lift that out when it's dry. Not going to do it now. Not going to do it now. Nope, it won't work now. Will not work now. So we'll do that. Tap it, tap, tap. Get that water off. Yeah, well, guess what? Yep. There, leave that. There's water dark here. There. Yeah. That and this right there. There. Right there. This one. Oh, okay. And that goes up like this. I don't know if that's a branch of a tree, but that and that will just kind of go along with the flow here. Whatever that is, I don't know, but I'm putting it in random shapes. Yeah, and that one will just go up like that. You know what? I'm just going to do this. There. Now, I'm going to do this. That, like that. And that, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Could be a branch, could be a tree back there. I don't know. this is dark up here. Right there. There. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's dark down there. Right there. We're gonna soften those edges. Soften those edges, get some water on your brush, run it through like that, run it alongside, soften those edges up, take that water, run it along the edge, let it bleed out a little bit, take another little chip of water, whoops, that one, let's do that there, soften that edge. That's how we are softening the edge. We got a little bit of water on our brush and we're running it alongside that hard edge with the water and softening those up. Right there, right there, a little effect there. And it just softens them, makes them less harsh. Let's do that right there. And definitely alongside this right there. A bead of water, just a tiny, just a little bit of moisture on your brush, and run that alongside. And it's just gonna let that paint feather out. It's just gonna let it feather out a little bit. Right there. There we go. Softening. Gonna soften this here. Bring it out a little bit. There. Soften that bad boy. I'm actually going to soften it a little bit more right here. Just a little more water. Okay. Doing that here. Just soften that edge. Let it come down. Here. And do that right there. There. And how about these edges? These are pretty sharp. Let's get rid of them. Right? Let's get rid of that sharpness. Right there. Right there. And same thing with this one, even though it's almost, just run that along there. Right there. We're just going to do that right there because that's got more color there. Okay, any more hard edges I see? Right there. Okay. It's a little bit right there. I'm just kind of playing with that one. Let's just do that right there. Okay. Alright, now I think the hard edges are gone. I'm actually going to run this along here just one more time. One more time. One more time right there. Okay. Right there. So, I'm going to let this dry. And then I'm going to go back. Let's take a hair dryer to it. But I don't want to punish or torture you guys with that. So I'm going to just pause it real quick. Resume. Okay. Okay. So I've taken a hair dryer to this. It's not totally dry. I don't think alcohol will work at this point, but I'm going to give it a try. I think it needed to be a little wetter. But I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm just going to dunk it in rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to just see if this will work. I think it's too dry. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, let's see. Yeah, it's too dry. Yep, way too dry now. So let's get that off. It needed to be wet. A lot wetter. I dried it too much with the I dried it way too much. So it's okay because I can go back and do it again. I'm going to try this brush again. Let's go back in here. I'm going to add some more the lighter green in here. I am going to have to drop in a little bit of dark. A little bit, not a lot. Not a lot. Let's see, that's really yellow right there. My brush needs to come to a nice point to do this. I don't. Oh, we're going to have to lift that out too. I am seeing light green in here. Just get a little bit on my brush, take it there. Whoops. Okay. Definitely seeing. I'm going to have to. There. Darn it. I don't like it when that happens. Get rid of that. Okay. It's still going to come back because I didn't get rid of the water. So I'm just going to take that there. Actually, yep, let's see. Okay, that's green. Definitely want that to be green. Yep, and that's green, and that's green. Yep, yep. Uh-huh. Right there. So, with that. Give them. Oh. Let's see. I think. She whiz. Oh, she whiz. There. Alright, now you need to add some of that. Right? Because you can't have it totally light on one side and dark on the other. It doesn't make any sense. So we're going to add dark right there. There. And I'm going to add a stripe of that down there. Yep. I'm going to do that. There. That's too dry. Don't want those lines. No. There. Yep. 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 I don't know what I'm trying to do there. I think I saw a leaf. That's what I thought I saw. But I'm just gonna do this. Right there. There. And do that there. And that goes there like that. That goes there like that. And what else? I should soften that edge for sure. Don't want that there like that. That's just kind of sticking out there out of nowhere. Right? There. Okay. Enough of that. Gonna soften this edge here. Soften that. And I just dropped some water. I want to get that off. Okay. Just soften that edge right there. Just soften that. Right. Okay. A little bit right here. This goes like that over there. And I don't want those edges, little plopsy edges. Just drop some water there. Alright. That's an edge. I don't want that edge. Alright. Okay. Now, back to color. Back to color. Now that I've got that. Let's see. Let's dry it again. I'm gonna pause it so I can dry it a little bit more. Okay, so I've dried that. So now it's pretty dry. So now I can go back in and add some more color to the flowers and the stems, and then pretty much finish that up. So right now, I need, with the reference, let's go back to the reference real quick, because I'll show you. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's not working. Uh-oh. Why is that not working? Well, let's see. Let's see if I can manually. I can't manually shift to the other camera, can I? For some reason, my whole system went down. When I lost that internet, when it went out, it totally busted up my my broadcasting software. So now I can't switch cameras or anything. So right now you guys are stuck with that. I'm really sorry. I'm very sorry. I have to find out why that happened, unfortunately. I know this video is going longer than what you want as well, so I'm going to try and wrap this up for you guys. I'm going to go back to my pinks and oranges for now. See if we can share this space a little bit. right there so you can see more. Put that over here. Okay, so now, all right, let's see. I don't want to do that because then you won't see anything. All right, so I'll push that a little bit forward like that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to painting some of this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to just throw a little bit of yellow green down on the that white flower. I see. I want to just throw some of that down, but I see more yellow than I do green. I just want to see if I'm, yeah, I guess that's about right. So I'm just gonna lay some of that down. So I'm seeing that. Yep, I'm seeing that. And I'm seeing this is a petal right there, like that. But I also see, I think I'm going to do that right there. There. And it goes like that and like that. Okay, now I'm going to take some yellow, just some yellow if I can on my brush, just a little bit, and just I want to soften that line there. I want to soften that line, bring that up there, like that. I want more yellow in there. And let's do this. It's big there. There, a little more yellow there. And there. But I'm gonna soften that. But I am gonna put it right there. I sure wish I hadn't left that pencil line in there like that. That's a shame. I can lift it out a little bit, probably with a scrubber, a Fritch brush. I can lift that out, but for now, I'm a little bit stuck with that. Okay, so I don't want this brush right now. This is a little too big for the flowers. I'm going to go back to my smaller brush. And this one is actually, it is a Winsor Newton University series brush. It's not the best for watercolor. Do I have a smaller? Let me see. I'm going to use this one. Let's use this one. We're going to use this Black Velvet Silver. We're going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to mix up some more of the orange paint. Oh, here we go. Let's do this. I know what I did before. I'm going to do it again. Let's do that again. Get some of that going. Get some orange mixing in here. And I'm dipping back into that Opera, into the Quinacridone Scarlet, dipping into that, and then back into the lemon yellow. Ooh, that is still so granular. It's still, all right, there. I don't want that chunk. Gotta get the, it's been soaking forever and ever, and it's still in that stage. Okay, so I have that, and I'm gonna go back in. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set my brush aside real quick because I need to remove something, and I need to get a small Fritch brush, a very small one. I see this that has to be taken off. So I'm just going to wet that edge real quick. I'm going to wet it first. Bring that down. Wet that edge. Like that. Now I'm going to just see if I can lift that green out. There we go. Just gently, ever so gently, lift that. I'm just gently lifting that out. Trying to bring it, I don't know if I can bring it back to white. But you have to do it super gentle, because if you do it too hard, I mean, I'm disturbing the surface of the paper anyway, which is not a good thing. Okay, now I need to take some paper towel and blot that. Right, lift that off. So there, I'm getting that edge back. Just ever so gently, taking your fritch and lifting that. Okay, I know I saw it another place as well. Yep, I see it right here. No, let's see. No, that one's okay. Let's see. I saw it. Okay, I do see it right here as well. So I'm gonna ever so gently take that. And while I'm at it, I'm wondering if I can take it away from, let's see. No. That edge is staying white, so if I bring it back to white, that would be wonderful, because it is supposed to be a white edge where the sun is hitting it. So if I can get that, I'll be happy camper. But if not, if I can just soften that and bring it back a little bit. I have a trick that I can use if nothing else works, but I hate using it until the very end, and that's using an X-Acto knife to scrape it out. I don't like doing that. I have done it. If I have to, I do it. Okay, I'm just going to let that. This one. There. That one I can leave because it's green anyway, so I can leave that. But it's this. It's that edge right there. It's supposed to be white. So let's just leave it like that. Alright, I'm going to leave it for now. Let that dry. Anything else? Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to save that to the end. But that's supposed to be white. So we'll save that to the end. Remember I told you how we go in and we lift things out? Yeah, so, alright, so I'm going to leave that. Let's see. Let's do that right there. Doesn't really matter. That's in the background. Okay. Okay. Alright, alright. That's a blurry tulip anyway when you look at it. Okay, so now let's go add some more color. Well, I know. There was a couple of these that needed. These guys needed a little straightening. So we're going to do that. Get that out. And then there was one right here. Right there. I need to lift that out a little bit. Right there. And that one. It's okay if it's a little bit like that. I just want to make sure that I fix those little areas real quick. Alright. I know I'll find more. You know I will. I always do. Yep, I found another spot right here. Just get rid of that right there. See if I can just get rid of that a little bit. Start working on that. I know I'm going to add more color to that, but it starts off a little too dark. So, okay, and that one there. Okay, so I'm bringing those back. I see another one right here. So and I'm being so gentle, you guys, because when you do this, you disrupt the paper, and then the paint does not go on like it should. So, okay, all right, that's enough of that. I got those nipped in the bud pretty much, so that's good to go. All right, so put that. This is the little tiny, this one is the scrubber, and this one I got at Hobby Lobby. It came in a pack of different size scrubbers, and this is a size 2. I think this is from Hobby Lobby. It's made by Creative Mark. But if you Google Creative Mark scrubber brushes, you'll find these, and these are awesome. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go in, and I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer, because I've had you guys a long time, and I apologize for that, but I'm going to add more color. You can tell it's election season because my phone, I keep getting all kinds of political garbage. Everybody wants your vote and everybody wants your money. Yep. So this, I'm seeing it's going to go like that right there. And I see a little bit darker under here. We're going to go under there. Add more of that color there. Yep. I see it. Well, let's see. I actually see it dark right there. Right there. Yep. And there. It's light right there. And I'm going to leave that for a minute. I'm going to let that sit for a minute, even though there's a little square in there. Let's see, and I'm going to take this color. I'm going to jazz it up a little bit with a tiny bit of this pink up there. Just a tiny bit. Because I'm seeing pink right there. I don't know why I'm seeing pink. So I'm going to just throw some of that in. I see things. I see people. Like that movie, The Sixth Sense. I see color. I don't see people, I see color. I see color, that's for sure. Okay, I see that there. I don't see it anywhere else. I just see it up there. So I'm going to take that, my brush, and I'm going to do this. Yep. I do see yellow over there, so that's what I'm going to hit next. I'm going to add some of this right here. Yep, I'm going to add some of that. And I'm going to run it right in here. Right there. I'm going to leave the edge white because I see that edge being hit by the sun. I see it as white, and it looks like I'm going to have to go back into that and fix that because I'm going to have to use an X-Acto knife there, I think. And this is definitely yellow right there, so I'm going to throw some of that yellow down right there because I definitely see yellow happening right here. Lots of yellow. So I'm going to let them mix on the paper, right? That's what I see right there. And I actually see some right up in here. I'm going to lift some of that out right there. And I'm going to drop some yellow in. Yep, I'm going to drop some more yellow in right there. Because that's what I see right there. Yellow, yellow. Mellow yellow. Okay. And I see some. Oh, I'm going to have to fix that edge right there. Oh, now my dogs are talking. Remy? No barking, please. You're a good boy this whole time. Okay, so this is yellow in here. I'm going to put a little yellow down in there. And then I'll go over it if I have to. Definitely there's yellow. Remy? Yeah, let's see. I'm going to have to quiet him up. So hang on, I'm going to put this on pause so I can calm him down because I don't want this to... Okay, so I had to take a break because my dog started to bark and I didn't want you guys to be tortured with that. So I'm going to go in and start just adding some more color in these. And then I'm going to work on the leaves and then we'll call it done because I've kept you guys on here long enough. I do want to lift out some spots. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. I want to make some, just a couple lighter bokehs if I can. I don't know if I can or not because it's pretty dry. Usually you do that when it's wet, but it's not. I don't have the wet background anymore. So you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to mix up some greens for the stems. Okay, so I want to lay those in really quick. So I'm going to take my little mini, let's see if I can show it to you. I'm going to move this over. Okay, moving this over so I can scoot over. And I've got my little mini palette right here. I love this thing. I bought it from I got it on I got it on Amazon, and I bought several of these, and they're really nice to have because you get your own little private little mixing tray, you know, if you need it. And sometimes, you know, you do. Sometimes you need a little more space than just what's on your palette. So I've got some, I don't know if this is going to be the right color, but I've got some, it's called Phthalo Yellow Green, and it's pretty bright. I'm just going to plop some in there, okay? It's actually probably phthalo green and lemon yellow or something like that, but I'm going to try and mix this bright green that I'm seeing. I'm just going to mix up a little bit, see if I can get that the right color, because I really like it. And I'll put this here, my new testing paper right there, because I'm running out of space next door. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm putting it in here. I'm going to put it there. Now that is way too bright as it is. It's just really bright. I'm going to add water. I'll show you on the paper. So we're going to just lay some of that down. So I need to tone that down with a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to add, I'm just going to do a little bit more because I'm going to be adding more water. So I want it to be dark enough so that when I add more water, then it won't be totally diluted. And I'm going to take some lemon yellow. I'm going to take some cadmium yellow. Cadmium lemon, I mean. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that because I can always use more cad lemon if I have to somewhere else. Okay, so I got that, and I'm using it because it's a cool lemon And I am seeing this as cool. And I also know that I'm going to have to neutralize this a little bit. There's going to be some areas that I can be bright, but more than not, I'm going to have to go a little more neutral. So, well, that is pretty bright. But I'm seeing this color right down here in this leaf here. I'm seeing it in here. Maybe not exactly that bright. So how do we tone down? How do you go about toning down a bright green? Well, you know what you do? You add red, because red and green are opposites. So I need to cool that down. I think I'm going to use Cad Red Deep. Or maybe I'm going to use just a touch of Winsor Red, okay? So I'm going to do that. Now that is way too red. I added way too much red paint because that turned it brown, okay? I don't want brown. I want green. So I'm going to add more of that. I'm probably going to have to mix up some more. That's too brown still. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this to that. Well, that's not bad. Let's see what that looks like. That's actually a better color, but it still needs to be a little bit more green than that. A little bit more green. That's still on the brown side. Let's see. That's good for some of them. Okay. I'm seeing that color right in here on that one. So I'm going to put my glasses back on and I'm going to lay some of that color in right here. And I'm actually seeing it go up there. Up there. I'm seeing it there. It's a little bit cooler there, but I'm still seeing that. And we're going to do that. Okay. Let's see, a little bit darker. And I can always go in and add a drop of more red in there if I have to. Let's see, that. Oops. Don't want that. Oh, that wasn't good. Okay. And I'm just going to bring that down like that. There. That's a highlight right there. I'm not going to touch that. I'll cover that right there. Actually, I'm going to go in there and grab that because I see that darker right there. I see it really dark up here. So for now, I'm going to soften that edge and bring that out a little bit, right? Okay, so I'm seeing that color there. And I'm seeing that color also, this one. But I see that, okay, I had to, so I'm going to try and bring that stem back. So remember I covered over, so what I'm going to do is I put that color down. I'm going to take my scrubber, if I can find it, here it is. Get some water on that scrubber. And now I'm just going to see if I can, where's a paper towel? I need that. I need to bring this. Let's bring that. I'm just gently lifting that. Okay, go in the water. Take that color off the brush. Get those. So I am lifting this out. Right? I'll lift some more of that out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some of that other color back in once I can. I don't want to do it quite yet. Not yet, but I want to lift some more of that out. And it's in the foreground, so it should have some definition. You don't want it to be blurry because it is more in the foreground. So you want to be relatively accurate about that, for sure. Let's see. All right, there we go. That's better. Yeah. There. All right. All right. Okay. So we've got that. And I see that also, that color right there. So I'm going to just lay some of that color in right there because I see it. And that's a little farther back, so I don't have to worry about that being as... I'm just going to lay that in there. I'm not going to worry too much about detail. This is not a detail painting. This is just a like atmospheric, emotional, not abstract, but not photorealistic either. Okay, so I'm seeing a little more red in that. I am going to drop some red in, but not yet. But I do want that darker, especially under here, but we'll get this in first. There. And I'm just going to take this brush. I dipped it in water and I'm taking the water off, but I am going to pull this down here because I want some of that color to bleed into that area there without... There. Okay. Leave that alone. Now I see it right there. So, but I see it a little darker, like there's more red in that, but I am going to drop that in. There. That one is a little bit darker. More in the background. I'm going to put some down there at the bottom. Alright, let's see. Drop that in like that. Just don't want that. Oops, went overboard. Don't want to go overboard. I do want it dropped in. Okay, leave that alone. And I see it on this side down here. There. I'm going to do it right here. I'm seeing color there. That. I see it there. And right there. And right there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in some water right there. I'm just going to take my brush, get the excess water off, and I'm just going to run it up like that. Run it up, and I want to soften that edge right there. And I see, said the blind man. Okay. Alright, there's that. Leave that. And here. Oops, don't want that. I had too much water on my brush. Too much water. Right. you know what? I'm going to go all the way down with that color. And then I'm going to go darker on one side. Alright. We'll just go darker on the other side. Oh, and that keeps bleeding into that, and I think that's because I used the Fritz brush over there, maybe. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's doing it. Okay, and right here. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that color here. I am seeing that color there. I'm going to actually put the brighter color in there. See the brighter color. I'm going to drop that in. Yep, I'm dropping that in right there. And I'm seeing it right there. Yep. And I'll let that sit like that. And that. Alright, you know what? I'm seeing red over there. I don't want that. Okay. I'm going to have to fix that. I see the red right here. The pink kind of bled into that area. So let's lift some of that out. Get this. Take that Fritz just gently. Lift that. Lift that out. There we go. That's better. That's better. Much better. Much better. Okay. So yeah, this one I'm seeing greener, so we're just going to stick to that brighter green because I can always add the red later. So I'm going to come along on the side and just do that side. Yep, I like that color a lot. Such a pretty color. That is darker there because of the there. Okay, and I see that color right here. That bright leaf. So I'm just going to paint that in because that is part of that tulip. Same beautiful green. We'll keep that. I'm seeing that. It's gorgeous. Yep, seeing that. Okay. That's a beautiful green. Ooh, love that. Okay, and I also see that green. Where else do I see that green? I see it right, actually, right there. Oops. Oh, actually, that's more yellow. I just see it right there. I'll just do that. And I'm going to put some down in here, too. There. I know that's darker there, and I'll add more, but I'm going to lay that color down first. And I'll lay this one down. Okay. Now this stem here, that is more the green that I used here with more red. So I'm going to mix up more of this right here. Just mix up more of this. I'm going to mix up that. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit more of that. Yep, and put it there. Let's do it over here. Let's make that darker one over here and add that red to it. So again, I'm going to take Winsor Red, just a tiny bit of Winsor Red, just a tiny bit on my brush. That's just a teeny weeny bit, because if I do too much, I'm going to turn that whole color too dark, too brown. And I don't want it to go brown. I just want it to be neutralized green. Neutralized green. A different shade of green. There we go. It's actually, on that one, it's a little darker. Yeah, I'm going to add some more of that right there. You know, when you look at nature, you don't get the same green everywhere, and you don't get the same yellow everywhere. Nope, the colors present themselves much differently depending on what kind of tree it is or bush or whatever. There, that's more like what I want right there. No, it needs more green. A little more green. Okay. Okay, so that's what I want right there. So that's phthalo yellow green, lemon, and added with the Winsor red. Okay, so that's what that is. I'm just going to run a bead. I just want some more right there. Okay, and that's what we're going to do up here. We're going to do this up here. One. And I'm going to add green right there. Actually, let's add some more of that brighter color right there. Much brighter. We'll add that up there. I can tone it down. I'm going to tone it down with some blue. I already see that it will need to be toned down, but for now that's okay. We're going to add that all the way down. Okay, and let's see if I can get some of that out there. Then I'll add more. I'm almost done, guys. Almost. We're almost. And let's add some cobalt blue over here. Taking my cobalt blue, I'm going to put it here a little bit more. I like using cobalt blue with permanent green light or this phthalo yellow green because it cools down. It cools it down, but it's still a warmer green. And I'm seeing that that's too bright. I need some yellow in there. Okay, so cobalt blue. There we go. Let's see. Nope. A little more green. Okay. Let's see. That's better. Okay, I'm seeing this color right here. This is what I want right there. Oops. That was too much paint. Not enough water. There we go. There. Well, start barking, Remy. No barking. No way, boy. No way, Jose. You've been good boy all day. He loves to bark at everything that walks by. And trust me, I live on a corner, so Remy sees everything walking by all the time. And he always has a comment. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to take a little bit cobalt blue. Right? I'm going to put it up there because I might want to add more of that. So I'm just going to put it right there. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to run some down the middle. There. Just make a line down the middle while it's wet. And I'll probably have to do it one more time. Let's do a little thicker. Has to be thicker. Has to be thicker. Yep. All right. Blot that. Get that moisture off. All right. I'm going to leave it. Oops. I said I was going to leave it and I didn't. Let's do that again. Just leave it. Now I'm going to leave it. Yep. Because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's do that again. We'll do that again. Yeah, we're going to do that again. I'm just going to do this for now and leave it. And then I'll go and add the dark. It's too wet. Okay. All right, what else can I put in here? I need some yellow in there. I'm going to add put some lemon yellow down. That's what I see first. Too much water on my brush. There's that. Yep. Now, I'm going to have to fix that right there, but that's easy peasy. I'm going to go in and grab some more of this neutralized green right here, and I'm going to put it right in here. Right there. There. And I'm going to run that. Let's see. I'm going to run that down right there. There. And I see it right there. A little dark spot right there. Leave that. It's going to dry later, remember? Leave that. And okay, now this. Here we go. There. That. And this one. This one. We're going to do this up here. Okay, that one. Light is coming from one side. It's not. Right there. I'm gonna have to fix that right there because it's making the stem look too crooked. But I'm gonna add some of this right here. Some of that. Oop. There. I'm gonna go up into here. Okay. Let that mingle in there because that does happen. That green goes up into the stem a little bit, and that's going to be darker with purple anyway, so that's okay that I did that. I'm bringing that green up there. I'll let that sit there. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to let that, let's dry that real quick. And then I'm going to go back to that, and then I'll leave you to finish that on your own. But here, oh yeah, one more thing. I wanted to drop some water, a couple drops of water. I wanted to drop some there. Here, drop some there, some there, there. I'm going to let them sit and see if I can lift out some bokehs, because I think that's pretty cool looking. You know what? Here, let's see. Before I stop this, I'm gonna see. Let me check my reflection. I'm gonna get a bigger Fritch, and I'm gonna see about using this size right here. Right here. Now, like I said, you're supposed to do this when it's wet, but I don't want to re-wet this again. So I'm just gonna go see if I can just do this. Uh-huh. There. I'm not going to do it as... Okay, where's my shiny spots? Okay, I need a better light. Alright, so let's see. Alright, got more light. So here's another shiny spot. I just want a little bit. I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit. So I'm going to do that, and then blot that. And then, where's another one? Right here, I don't want it super bright. I just want a little bit. There. Kind of magical. It's like orbs. Like little holy spirits running around, checking up on you. Right there. Let's see. You don't want them everywhere, because then it's gimmicky. Here's that one. I'm going to just bring that one out a little bit more right there. Yeah, you don't want them everywhere, for sure. But I am going to put one there. And just rub that in there a little bit. Rub that out. And there's another one right here. Let's just do one right there. Okay, there's that. And maybe one right up here. I don't think there's... Oh, there's maybe one right there too. So let's go over here. That one has blue. I might drop some blue in there. I might do that because I can do that, you know. You can do whatever you want when you paint. You have... I mean, especially if it's just your interpretation of something, you can do whatever you want. You do not have to follow anybody's rules but your own. As long as it makes sense, you know, when you look at it, if it makes sense, you're good to go. Oh, and I'm going to put one right there. Okay, so I'm going to put one right here. I'm just going to wet that a little bit. That one's... I'm not even going to lift that one. You know why? Because, oops, I don't want it to be... Well, I am a little bit. That one's too bright now. So that one needs to be painted over. I guess I'll just do that. There, just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to add some blue paint to some of these. Some of my manganese blue. Let's go back to the manganese blue, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to just drop in some of that. Not a lot, just a little bit. I'm going to take some, get that off. And I'm going to just drop some of that in there. Right there. And a little bit right there. Let's see. Just tone it down a little bit, right? So it's not such an obvious bokeh. I think I like it a little brighter. It's not as obvious though, which is nice, but just toned it down a little bit. Let's see. That one I can leave. Let's add blue to this. Yeah, there we go. That's better there. And then, no, that one should be bright. That one should be brighter. Okay, so let's lift that out. Right, here we go. And lift that out a little bit. Okay, so we got some bokeh action going. Kind of fun, right? Actually, I want a little bit. Those are not bright enough, so let's just lift a little bit more out. A little bit more out. There and there. Okay. Not enough for me. I need it brighter. I shouldn't have added the blue, because it's in the paper now. I'm not getting it out now. Unless I really scrub, and I don't want to really scrub. Okay, there, we'll leave that. Okay, I'm not going to add any more. I think that's good. I'm just going to soften the edge on that one. Okay. Okay. Alright, so there's the bokehs that I see in the picture. Oops. You know what? I'm making a bokeh right here because of that little glitch. So we'll just put a bokeh right there. That's a good spot for it. There we go. Alright. Okay. So that's enough for bokeh. For the bokehs. Maybe. I see a spot right there. Okay. Alright. There. Okay, now, because we don't want a gimmicky. No, we just want to, you know, repeat the effect that we see from that the camera creates that. Either that or they put a filter on that photograph. A lot of times you can do that in Photoshop. They've got all kinds of filters you can use. I've actually purchased some really cool photo effects that you can do with Photoshop. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit more color, and then I'm going to just, we'll call it done for now, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm going to go back to the pinks. I'm going to add some more down here, and then add some more purples here. And I see a spot where I'm going to add some yellow. I'm going to clean the brush here before I forget about it. You always want to clean your brushes. You don't want to leave dirty brushes. So then when you go to use it again, the paint dries in it, and they're not any good to you anymore. Okay. Alright. Alright, guys. Almost there. Okay. So now I'm going to add some purple. I'm seeing purple. I want to put some more cobalt violet on my palette. Wait a minute. Why am I not seeing that? Just a minute. Am I not seeing this? Is it? Okay. Alright. So good. It's still recording. I was worried that it stopped all of a sudden. I wouldn't want that to happen after what happened earlier today. Okay, and I'm going to put some dioxazine purple on my tray. Okay? I want that. And I'm going to put some of that down right now. Right in here. Right in there. That's the darkest spot in that flower. And it's pretty darn dark. So I'm going to lay that in there like that. Yep. And I'm going to put some down here. I'll do this. But I'm also seeing a different color in there too. I'm seeing more of the violet. So I'm going to put some of that in there. And I'm also seeing like it's toned down with some green or something. But I'm seeing that. So I'm going to do that. Right there. And I'm going to just do this. Bring that up. And bring that up like that. And all the way up. Right here. And we'll do this right there. Like that. And right there. We're going to bring that dark right up there. Okay. Now I'm seeing it right in here. Right there. It's not as dark, so I'm going to have to make sure. Bring that up like that. There. Let's see. Trying to follow what I see in the flower, the movement. I see more of this beautiful violet color that I'm going to lay down. seeing that. And I'm seeing it go like that. Right there. Right there. And I'm seeing it go all the way up like that. And like this. Then it goes like that. And then I see that. Right. Okay. Right now. I don't want those hard edges, but I also see pink. So I need to add that pink. I need that pink. So I need that pink in there. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Right. Let's do this. You see that pink right there. Junk. Remy, you've been a good boy. Don't bark. Good boy. You heard the phone ring, huh? Yeah? Good boy. Alright. Let's get some of this. Run that in. Get that. There. I'm going to lift this out right there. I don't want that. Nope. Don't want that. I think I'll lift it more in a minute. Soften that edge. Lift that out a little bit right there. There. I'm going to use some of that. Lift it. There. And then why did she do that? Because I just see it a little darker down there. All over. I don't see it as being bright pink. I just see it being a little bit darker. So, okay. Right. Definitely see. Alright. Obviously, there's a lot more I can do in there. Absolutely. This is a hard edge. Right there. That's a hard edge. This here, that's dark right there. I see it more coming out like that. Right there. So, let's get that to be the darkest spot, because that is the darkest spot, and then the other dark spot is right there. I see it going up like that. There. This is dark in here. I just kind of made that area up because I knew it was there. I knew it was the edge of a petal. Okay. Now I see the cobalt violet. I'm going to have to drop some of that in right here. And that's like a parrot feather. Look at that. It goes like that and that. Yeah. There. There's the dark down there, so I'm going to have to add that. And this goes up like that. Oopsie. That goes up like that. And like that, and I see red in there, pink. I see red and pink, so I'm going to add this in there right here. I see that, but I also see it's not as bright. I see that color in there. Drop some of that in there. Right there. See that down here. Alright, so okay, so I see more of the violet. I'm trying to hurry for you guys. Alright, we're wrapping this up. So I'm dropping more of that in, right? And I'm coming around here and dropping it in down there. Right there. Yep, okay. Alright. But that needs to be painted. That stem. That needs to be painted. Dropping some more of that purple in there. Yep. I'm going to drop some more down there. And I need to drop it in here. This is definitely purple. There. There. Actually, I'm going to put some blue in there too. I see blue. A little bit right there. Do I see it anywhere else? I see a little bit right there. Oh, that's too much. Too much. Too much. Just add a little more violet. Add some more violet to that. Oops. That wasn't what I wanted. I just dropped a whole bunch of water in there, and that was not what I wanted to do. Nope. Alright. That's a little too much. Go back to the violet. Too much blue. I like a little bit of blue in there, which I still have, but I didn't want all of that. Okay. Alright. And then this part, I see... I'm going to add some alizarin crimson to this because I'm seeing alizarin crimson in there. Okay. Forgot about this guy and this guy. Yeah, so we're going to add really quick. Just do this. Oh, I see that. Let's add that. Put that in there. Just a little bit. Right there. Right, so I see green right there. That's what I'm seeing right there is green. Yep, I'm seeing green. So I'm going to add some green. And I'm going to add Hooker's green. Yeah. Hooker's green. I'm going to add some of that. Yep. Yep, I'm seeing the green. And I'm seeing it right here too. Whoops. That's pretty bright. Oops. Here we go. There's that. We don't want that. We want it like that. And we want this like that. I'm seeing green in there. And I'm seeing more down here too. This is green. There. Oh, that's all green. Down there. Let's see. Yep, right there. There. And some alizarin. Some more alizarin, crimson, and opera right in there. Drop that in there. There. Drop that in there. And I didn't do this right, but did not do that right. Nope. Nope, I did not. Did not do that flower right. No, I did not. Alright. But I don't want to waste your time. So, alright. Now I'm going to just add a little bit of that brightness down there. Some of that there. I'm leaving it alone. No more of that. I'm going to add I'm going to add that. Where am I? Oh, it's this one. It's that one that I need to add. Okay, wait a second. This one though, I need more. I need more of that right there. And I'm going to have to, I don't want to add that right now. Okay. Up. Okay. I'm going to add some there. Put that in there. And then I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to grab some of that. Grab some of that. We're going to, oops, too bright. Too bright. Way too bright. Too blue-green. That's too much. Too much blue-green. Yep. Alright. Okay, so I am just going to be finishing this up. I've dropped in some more color up here. I'm actually going to have to, I want to lift some of this out right there. Don't know if I can. It might be too late. I'm going to take my, lift some of that out because I see a lot of light coming through that petal. I'm going to have to wait a minute on that one. But I'm going to lift some more out of that. Okay, and then I'm going to soften the edge. I'm going to lift this out right here because that's not there. I don't see that. I don't know why I put it in there, but I don't see it right now. So I'm going to lift that out. Let's see if I can do that successfully. Yep, alright, leave that. So I do have some more to do here, but I've kept you guys a long time. I apologize for that. I am going to lift. Actually, I'm not going to lift. I'm going to add a little bit more pink over here. But what I'm going to try real quick is to see if I can lift some of these pencil lines out. I don't think I can. I think they're in there for good. Maybe I can soften them a little bit. Yeah, without destroying the paper, obviously. Okay, that worked. That worked. So let's see. I'm going to get that wet. Let that soak for a minute. See if I can do that there. Has it worked? There. Okay. And these right here. I'm going to see if I can get rid of those. Yeah. All right. Oops. Don't want that. All right, you know what you need to do is you need to have a clean piece of paper towel. You know why? Because if it's not clean and you go to lift off some color, you're going to put color down. And you don't want to do that at all. So I'm going to lift this right here. Lift that out. I am able to take out some of those lines just a little bit. I would not recommend this. Oops, I dragged some of that green in there. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. I want that to be white. So, all right, I'm going to leave that because I got rid of enough. I mean, it's okay to have a couple. I just didn't want it to be all about that. Not at all. So, with that, I need a smaller brush if I'm gonna, and I probably would have to take an X-Acto knife right there, and I'm gonna lift some of that out right there. I want that to be more on the white side. Yep. And I'm going to be taking the X-Acto knife on some of these edges, like right there, right on that flower. Get some of that out. I remember there's a painting on my website called The Gerbers, and boy, on that painting, to get the leaves the way I wanted them, like really shiny, boy, I went to town on lifting on that. That was darn sure. I did a lot of lifting on that, on those leaves. They turned out great, but it sure was a lot of work. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave this for now. I mean, I know I've got a little bit more to go on it. But because of the fact that you guys have been so good, and I'm so sorry about everything that happened, I want you guys to finish this on your own now. And I'm going to put that down there. Needs that. I needed that. So yeah, I'm going to just leave this for now. I'll let you guys, I am going to be, just to show you real quick, before I hang up the phone, let me show you what I need. I'm going to get an X-Acto knife. Where did I put it? Where is it? Right here. Okay. Now, you can only do this on dry areas, okay? You cannot do it on a wet surface. And I'm going to make sure that okay, and I've got to go upside down for this because I don't want to get my hand in wet paint. So I am just going to see if I can scrape just a little bit of that away. No, I'm not having much luck with that one right there. I don't really like doing this at all. Not at all. It's not the best knife either. Not at all. You could really wreck things. You gotta be really careful. A different blade would be much better. I'm basically taking layers of paint off, but I'm just adding a little fine line of white right there. You gotta be really careful because you could totally rip your paper and ruin everything. I've done that before, and that's a nightmare. After you spend so much time working on something like that, to have it rip is pretty distressing. So I'm just scraping a little bit out, tiny bit, being ever so careful, ever so careful. But I want just a little bit of white coming through. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to do a little bit right here as well on that edge, right there where the sun is hitting it, that little edge, the curl of the petal. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea for sure. And once you do this, though, there's no going back. You cannot redo it. You cannot put paint over it, because you have disrupted the surface. You have basically torn it up. Okay? But in doing that, you are able to lift some more highlights out. I have a different blade that I like to use better, but for some reason I can't find it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna be putting this video together because it's gonna be a couple videos that I'll be putting together. But here is your example of what we can do with a reference photo from the web. Just use your imagination. You don't have to paint it exactly. Just have fun with it. So thank you so much, you guys, and I will be sending this off to you as soon as it's finished. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming to my paint along. I really appreciate it. And we're going to work out these bugs and so it doesn't ever happen again. But anyway, guys, I hope to see you soon. I hope to see you again. You have a great night. God bless.